Hello everyone and welcome back to our Victoria 2 campaign as Großdeutschland or Germany. When we had last left off, we had started off the Great War. So yes, in between episodes, I've decided to give some of their troops the orders. We're going to focus mainly on Sardinia, Piedmont, and on not on Brussels, but on Flanders. So other than that, we're just going to send some initial maneuvers into Russian soil. I'm sure they'll go rather fine. We don't have any more troops in Japan, so this is definitely nearing our full capacity of troops in Europe. And it's going to be a very fun and interesting war. So let's get the ball rolling. I've also created a Baltic Sea Squadron for our troops to worry about that. No, Britain, you may not have access. Well, it looks like the French are coming in force. We'll send another troop to reinforce there. Send these two armies to kill that stack. There are navies in control here. I think we can afford to poke out. The French Navy won't risk suiciding against my troops. This is truly a great war. The mobilizing Flemish will not be given a chance. Brest-Litovsk. We'll all have to land in the same province. They may be rebels, but they still outnumber us. We've won our first battle of the war. Happens to eliminate some Russians. It's always very welcome. Oh boy, this northern army needs reinforcements. Alright, Battle of Bruges. The Flemish war should end rather quickly now. Can start pulling the troops towards France. See, Haiti. This war is going to be costly, I'm not gonna lie. But it's for the greater supremacy of crush the revolters. We will not allow traitors in the rear. Not when our country's fate lies in the balance. Oh boy. Support allies here and there. This army withdraw back to good German soil. Savona. Let the farmers keep some. Hopefully you haven't completely neglected the Eastern Front either. This army heads on to Grodno. Berlin. Let's go support the Ottomans here. Melun, Battle of Calgary. Leave one corps back and leave the other two to attack the rest of the rebels. This navy here, we're not going to fight in Africa. It's too irrelevant. Long live Germany. Men are needed in Europe. We'll let the forts provide whatever delaying tactic they can. Well, at least that's the Flanders War done. Their job was actually more to provide a way for the Chinese not to join our opponents. Looks like the Russians were smart enough to engage us. That's not gonna end too well for them. Behaviorism is complete. Gas would be great right about now. But let's just research on electricity. We're done occupying Calgary. How goes the war with Sardinia Piedmont? Try to acquire Sardenga from them. To achieve that we need complete occupation, of which we are honestly very close to. Actually, no, let's just speed up the occupations. The quicker we can knock our opponents out of the war, the better. Let's help the Ottomans here. I think we're pulling back. Definitely gonna have to punish the Russians for this. Battle of Golov. Looks like the Russians don't have a fleet, so these guys can head on to blockade Sardinia Piedmont. We have to comprehensively, once we're done with Sardinia Piedmont, all our forces can focus on France, while it looks like the Russians aren't focusing too much here. Instead, they are engaging the Chinese, which is why I love having the Chinese on our side. Giant distraction from Russia. Something they can't really afford, since their men are already inferior to ours. They need numbers. Be nice having our troops recover for a bit. Oh, come on. Alright. We'll send more troops into the mix. These men can head on to Europe. These men can head on to Europe as well. Head on to Fridges. Alright, these two army groups take on those. So, you know, we'll send these two army groups to take care of those. These two guys head south over here. Push these two army groups to take care of that. These guys head on to Polotosk. These guys head on over there. Should be all the eastern army groups for now. Honestly, just waiting for Tyrion to fall. Sardinia Piedmont is out. Quite a nice island. Nice island for ourselves. Give our boys a month of recovery before we'll throw them completely into defeating the French on the continent. And then we'll throw everyone against the Russians. As crazy as that sounds, that's probably the most... we might be repeating the mistakes of the real life Germans here. Of the Scheifen plan and how it was supposed to work. But this time I honestly think we'll pull it off. Let's try to reinforce our allies. Send our men over. Continue our eastern offensive. Definitely have the Russians on the back seat now, which is a great thing. We already have 58% war score. Try to acquire southern Finland from the Russians. Pskov. the mobilized French populace can't even keep up with our enlisted men alone. Or we just help the Ottomans turn the tide against the Russians here. Leave the lions sleeping in the jungle. We'll send these men to pick off those. Send this 3 cause attack at 35 stack. Start advancing to France proper. No thank you, Jodhpur. I want to eliminate that 40 stack, for it occupies a part of our home country. It will decline. Try to go for northern Finland as well. We're gonna go a bit greedy here, because we definitely are superior in this battle. Chopper goes bankrupt. It's not like this war has been going on for very long either. Us Germans can definitely afford to stay in the ring. Belgium has turned communist. Unforgivable. We'll start occupying St. Petersburg. These guys head south to Rizhev. These guys will be sent back to the front lines. We're gonna catch them here. Head on to Odessa. Let's try to catch up this French stack. Where on earth are they headed to? We'll slaughter them here. We'll slaughter them in Paris. We will bleed France white, just like the lily-livered cowards they actually are. Oh man, this is a tedious war, however. Occupied the Russian capital. Obviously they wouldn't accept the offer. Let's get ready to group our men together. because it looks like the Russians are making a comeback. The Chinese, however, are definitely completely on the offensive at this point. And so are we in the West. The entire French tech just crumbling before their eyes. Again, winning battle after battle. Going to teach the French never to underestimate us. So many battles ending favorably. Many of France's finest already fallen. Oh, me in my cradle. This is a battlefield that it should be hitting out. Let's dispatch a corps south here. These guys will head over to Corsica. And perform a landing. Battle of Ossig. That's one of the last corps of infiltrators we have found to reinforce our men here. Some men here keep occupying the Russians. Only 16 war score against the Russians. Did they just occupy something back? Yes, they reoccupied St. Petersburg. Mighty unfortunate. Gotta give it to them for catching ourselves unaware and taking back their capital. Occupy the French capital of Paris. We'll send our men back to our own territory for now. Get themselves fully reinforced. Mass advertising. And we have finally discovered tanks. A little late, however, the Great War has already happened. But never fear, we'll change our party to the Nationalist Party. Let's start building tank factories. Tank factories everywhere. Still useless clipper factories, for example. Oh boy, all this economic stuff we'll leave for later. All what we're gonna focus on now is the war. Once the war is won, which eventually will, it's not even an if, it's just a matter of when the war will be won. Tensions dissipate. Can we piece out the Russians separately? 17 war score. You know what? We'll keep it on the table for now. We'll occupy St. Petersburg. We'll send these 4 calls. Let's find Moscow. Rush to occupy it, and let's see what the Russians react to it. How the Russians react to it. Shall decline the offer from France for now. Send our navy to blockade them. Blockade the Gulf of Finland. Occupy Helsinki. Shall go occupy Borodino, which Napoleon once did, more than 100 years ago. Napoleon. The pride of France, which we are currently crushing without much struggle. Series of major battles just occurred. This will reflect beautifully on us. Let's occupy Moscow and let's see how they shake. Should have sent our fleet to blockade much earlier. Get whatever piecemeal war score we can get. Long live Germany. Okay, at Borodino. Offensive attitude. 39 war score. Did they just get something back? You know, it doesn't look like we're forcing out the Russians anytime soon. French will not accept this offer now. Although you expect them to be in much weaker position at this point. To make them reconsider, we'll start blockading them. Actually, no. We just occupied that. So the navy will come out and play and we can just completely crush them. Do the French want to reconsider now? No? Fair enough, the French are starting to come back in a few places. We'll shut that down rather quickly. So that's sinking the pride of the navy. We'll break them down from the illusion of a grand world power. We'll make them understand the resounding thud of a defeat. Battle of NSC is over. Transvaal is no longer within our sphere. Of course, the Americans will do something as shady as that. Taking time when I'm all distracted. Trying to whisk some nation off from my sphere. Well, Leon is over. Well, Molins is over. France does not want to give up the ghost. We'll just hurry up and rush occupations then. Because there's no other way to get them to listen by looks of things. Coast of Brittany. Ceylon. There's no French ships in the water. We can move our transports to blockade. Damn it, France, just give up. Here's the French here. What about now? 80 war squad, they still won't give up. Let's try to reinforce this fight. Battle of Paris is over. The lack of common sense is disturbing. They know they don't stand a chance and yet they fight. How goes the Russians then? 32 war score. The Chinese are definitely hitting them hard. Oh, that's why they lost. The Spanish have lost the war in Africa. The French may have paid too heavy a price for that, however. For the war in Europe is now a foregone conclusion. Slowly pushing back the French tide. And that's our diplomat come back on the 17th. On the Battle of Michele, wherever that was. '17th. This might be a very long episode, but I would like, if possible, to finish this war in one shot. Indeed, we have. And yes, we're done. Hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. Leave a like if you like the video, subscribe if you want to see more, and put anything you want to say in the comments below. So I'll see you guys next time. And man, Germany sure is unrivaled. Well, yes, I'll see you guys next time as we continue our expansionist adventures. And until then, take care.